fans here in Indianapolis are ready. They're set to jam Woodland Bowl as they have for the last quarter century. One of the nation's top bowling towns set for the world's best players. We are moments from downtown Indy. Unfortunately, March is coming in like a lion. It's frigid cold outside today. Hopefully, it goes out like a lamb. We welcome you to Woodland Bowl, a bowling center with one of the longest histories connected to the Lumber Liquidators PBA Tour. It's the 2009 Etonic Marathon Open, one of 5 events on the brand new PBA Extreme Swing tournaments that test players' skills with entertaining formats. Hello again, everyone. Welcome to Indy. Great to have you with us and great to be back on the Lumber Liquidators PBA Tour. This is Dave Ryan, filling in for 1 week and 1 week only for Rob Stone. He returns to the tour next week in Columbus, Ohio. Well, we talked about the great history of this building in Indy. We make history today on the PBA Tour as well. For the first time ever, bowlers went through a grueling 54-game schedule this week, and they bowled for the first time on 6 different oil patterns to get to our Stepladder finals. It was all capped off by the top seed, Wes Malott. Very interesting, very challenging, and grueling action for these bowlers. Endurance was a big key. As usual, joined again by Randy Peterson, PBA legend, one of the top 50. Also, Randy, you won in this building back in 1999, so a no partner coming back here for you is always special.
It really is, and you know what else is special? Working with you once again.
Good to be here.
Thanks very much for filling in for Rob Stone. And speaking of the Stone family, congratulations. It's a baby Hambone. Their 4th child was born on Friday, baby Ciara. So congratulations. But getting back to the format, Dave, you're right. It's the first time in the history of the PBA that this format has been used. It's just total pinfall, no match play. In fact, today is the first time the players will see head-to-head matches. A grueling format both physically and mentally, and today with 5 power players on the highest scoring oil pattern of the week, I look for big scores.
All right, let's see what's on tap today. Great bowling excitement coming your way. We start with the 5 seed, Chris Barnes.
Yeah, Chris Barnes, the reigning player of the year. He's looking for his first title of the season.
Then there's Bill O'Neill. 6 TV shows this year, but no career wins. Maybe that changes for Bill today.
And your number 3 seed, look out for hometown favorite Ronnie Russell. He's seeking his first ever career title.
The legend PDWP Weber is here. He's been red hot. He's made 3 of the last 4 shows.
And what about the season that Wes Malott is having? His 8th show, he has his sights set on one thing, Dave, and one thing only, and that's winning his first ever Player of the Year honors.
We do have Stepladder bowling. It was all based on total pinfall this week. Wes Malott, very interesting because he's the top seed, gets to choose the oil pattern he goes with. Scorpion today, a pattern on which he has won 2 career titles. We start our bowling with Barnes against O'Neill. Full house today here in Indy, and we are ready. Match 1, Chris Barnes, Bill O'Neill. Okay. 10 career titles. The reigning player of the year. All 10 down, just the start. Chris Barnes won it.
And how about just another shout out? Chris Barnes turned 39 on Wednesday, so happy birthday to Chris. And interesting, right off the bat, on a pattern where most of the players played the track area, and we'll get into that when we talk about the oil pattern, Chris Barnes is playing out. Bill O'Neill right now adjusting his player mic. Actually, I think he's done with it.
All right, we'll not hear too detailed audio from Bill. May hear some over our other microphones in the building and Chris's mic. What a season for Bill O'Neill with his fiancée here in the house watching.
Oh.
Yeah, good shot, 8-pin.
Yeah, you're right. It's been a dream season for Bill O'Neill, and you know when you ask him about it, he says like, well, you know, I'm a little surprised, but he worked very hard during the off season and worked on his swing a bit and got the ball, tried to get the ball into the swing a little bit sooner because he got to the point where he was very late, very deliberate, And then what that would do is it would make him snatch the bowling ball from the top of the swing down. He says as soon as he fixed his timing issues, all of a sudden he started seeing a reaction, and a very good reaction on a consistent basis.
Second on the PBA Tour in TV appearances behind Wes Malott's 8 shows. 6 for Bill O'Neill, including today. Earlier made 3 straight shows this season. And he's got 2 second-place finishes, so he has really opened some eyes this year. Perfect shot. 1-3 pocket, all 10 down for Bill O'Neill.
Second in the points list, 3rd in average, 7th in earnings. I'll say it's a dream season for Bill O'Neill.
Still looking for that first career win, though. Chris Barnes done plenty winning his career and had plenty of troubles on TV. 2. Mixed bag of a career, but still should be in the Hall of Fame one day. No doubt. What about Chris Barnes and some struggles on TV? What does he have to say about it?
I get to be on TV a lot, and sometimes that sets me up to be pretty disappointed, but I'm looking for that next big moment, that strike in the 10th to win a U.S. Open, roll the riches. You know, anywhere where I get a chance to win a title is another memory for me, and that's what Sundays are about. You can't win unless you're bowling on Sunday.
One of our former slogans, Sundays are for bowling, Randy. There's no doubt about it. He's got 2 majors. He's won some big specialty events, huge money in his career.
He's a shoo-in for the Hall of Fame, and there's no question about how talented this guy is.
60 feet to success for Chris Barnes.
There it is!
There it is, folks. The first, maybe a couple more coming. I don't know. It's my only show of the year. Got to enjoy it.
I've missed that. I've missed that, Dave.
I've missed you, Randy.
Thank you.
So great start for Barnes. Can O'Neill match it? Ringing 10-pin.
And how about the pin carry for Bill O'Neill early on the right lane? Solid 8 first shot, ringing 10 on his 3rd shot, around a strike. Watch the 6-pin, second from the right. When it goes around the 10 like that, that's called a ringing 10. When it lays flat or dead in the gutter, that's a flat 10.
There is the single pin conversion for Bill O'Neill. Tells us about the tough grind this week.
It was definitely tougher mentally. Physically, I was fine all week, but mentally, the grind of bowling on 6 different patterns, changing balls, playing the lanes different, changing releases, speeds, all that was just a mental grind all week.
We make history this week. First time ever, 54 games, 6 different patterns for these great bowlers. Messenger across the deck will not take out the 10. And O'Neill is digging himself a bigger and bigger hole against Chris Barnes early here.
Yeah, and all due to bad carry. And getting back to the tournament format, no match play, total pinfall, the most games bowled since the 2001 U.S. Open, 54 games. But if you notice, all 5 players on the telecast are all in good shape. They're all physically fit.
There's a 10-pin for Bill O'Neill. He's down in match 1. More coming up from Indy.
The Lumber Liquidators PBA Tour on ESPN is brought to you by H&R Block, the official tax services provider of the PBA. H&R Block, you've got people. By Etonic, the official footwear of the PBA. By Lumber Liquidators, hardwood flooring for less. And by Geico. 15 minutes could save 15% on your car insurance. Visit geico.com.
This past fall was the Chris and Chris Show. PBA star Chris Barnes, NBA superstar Chris Paul of the New Orleans Hornets together at the Chris Paul NBA Celebrity Invitational in Paul's hometown of Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Chris Paul, good bowler. I love the celebration as well. Here is Chris Barnes. Resuming action. Gets help. 10-pin. In the 6th frame and a 6-bagger to begin this match for Chris Barnes. He is perfect. While we were away, obviously strikes in the 4th and 5th for Barnes. In the 5th, a strike for Bill O'Neill, ringing 10-pin spare.
That is a hard-working bowling ball right there.
How about some messengers for for Chris Barnes, the reigning player of the year?
Halfway home, perfect game. Bill O'Neill can't believe it. He just wants to win a tournament.
Go, 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 go!
That one way off, though. Little baby split. Great start. 2-7 up for Barnes to finish off this spare after the front 6.
Barnes will try to get the ball to the left side of that 2-pin and have it deflect off into the 7, converting the baby split to stay clean. Maintain a huge lead over Bill O'Neill.
But he doesn't convert, chops the 2 leaves. The 7, open frame.
An interesting decision to try to hook the ball at this split. A lot of guys will just take their plastic ball out and throw it straight. And a small opening now. However, in order for Bill O'Neill to get back into this match, he's got to throw a 5-bagger.
Yeah, he's working on a spare here. Leading 8, down she goes.
Yeah, almost another solid 8 on that right lane. And Bill O'Neill has not missed the pocket. He's flushed every ball, but bad pin carry. You know, in a 1-game match, it's all about choosing the right line to the pocket and the right bowling ball to knock all 10 down. He's got a possible 239 if he takes it off the sheet. Chris Barnes is already at 236.
Tall order, to say the least, partner. He's 0-1 his career against Chris Barnes. On TV, 07 Dallas title match.
Well, and he's giving Chris Barnes the, hey, not so fast, my friend. But Chris Barnes all he needs to do is throw another double, and he's in the 240s, and there's nothing Bill O'Neill can do about that. So Chris Barnes right now looking for 2 in a row, 8th and 9th, or 9th and 10th. Stay clean. He will advance.
Tie. Oh, lucky man. Almost had a very difficult 1-6-10 spare. 7-6-10. 6-7-10. I'll get it right.
What a huge break. And we've seen Chris do this before on television, only to leave the big 5 or the big 4 or a big giant open split. What a huge break tripping out the 6-10. Now, just convert the 7-pin, strike in the 9th, 1 more in the 10th, and you move on.
Hit it.
There's the 7. Pin action for Chris Barnes has been fabulous today. The scout, the messenger, Randy, across the deck has been helpful.
Yeah, and when you've got a string of strikes and you start to get pin carry like this, you can't help but shoot a big number. Count them, 3 messengers. And then a huge, huge break. The last frame, tripping out the 6-10 and avoiding the wide open split.
Much better 1-3 pocket. All 10 back. Perfect ball. Chris Barnes.
Now here's the scenario, Dave. Bill O'Neill needs to strike in the 9th, get a double in the 10th, and 8 on his fill shot, and he will force Chris Barnes to get the first strike in the 10th frame to win. Gotta have it.
Does have it. Has the turkey. And a strike in the foundation frame. Randy talked about the necessity for pin count here for Bill O'Neill.
What'd you say? The necessity?
Necessity.
Nice.
You okay with that one?
Yeah, I'm great with that.
I'm glad.
Got to have these 2 right now. He has not missed the pocket. He's left 1 solid 8 and 3 10-pins. Bill O'Neill's got one thought in mind right now, and that's throwing 3 in the 10th to make Chris Barnes get up and finish the 10th frame.
You know I can't say it. You know I can't.
What?
It's
You
the
can say-
play-by-play manual rule. I can't take Rob Stone's
You can
phrase.
say 4-bagger.
I'm going to say 4-bagger.
There you go.
But the other thing I can't say, you can say it.
Rob Stone, I know you're watching, and I know you just stood up off the couch and yelled hambone.
If he has enough energy. Got a newborn in the house. Congratulations again to the Stone family.
Big shot right here. His only chance of winning this match has to strike on this ball. Well, we've got a new match here, sir. Look at Bill O'Neill's. He pumped.
A few
Wow.
moments ago, he had a towel in his hand. He was giving up, throwing in the towel. Not anymore. He is jacked up because Chris Barnes is under pressure.
8 or more, Chris Barnes has to throw the first strike in the 10th frame. What an unbelievable turnaround in this match.
Barnes at the front 6. O'Neill now works on a 5-bagger late. Is he the comeback kid? Hey, how about it?
What a finish.
Great finish.
6 in a row to finish out the match. And now the pressure squarely on the shoulders of Mr. Barnes here. Oh boy, that started off so far right. Double wood split for Chris Barnes. What happened, Randy?
It was a little right of target and a little fast, and that's what adrenaline does to you.
Oh, he's going lefty here, just kind of giving up. How about that? 2-8-10. And Bill O'Neill, an unbelievable comeback with 6 in a row to finish it. It takes out Chris Barnes.
At one point in the 6th frame, he was down by 48 pins and won this game.
Bill O'Neill bidding for his first ever Lumber Liquidators PBA Tour title, wins his first match. Ronnie Russell next. In shocking fashion, Bill O'Neill takes out Chris Barnes, 239-220, opening stepladder match. Ronnie Russell, local favorite, is next for Bill O'Neill. Let's check out our Lumber Liquidators. Know the wood, scorpion pattern, Randy, 42 feet long.
Yes, it was. Well, you're on top of your game. This week at Woodlawn, the track area is very dominant, so the players use that friction to throw to. As the oil pattern breaks down, look for the players to move left and create more angle. This was the highest scoring pattern of the tournament. And I thought it was very unusual that Chris Barnes took a sanded ball and played right of the track. And he saw something in practice that nobody else saw, and it looked really good early on, didn't it?
Early. Had the front 6, and then a collapse for Chris Barnes. Bill O'Neill has the last 6 strikes of his game and advances to take on Ronnie Russell from right here in the Indy area. O'Neill starts us off. Ronnie's got, at least he said today, 25 family members and friends watching the action. High shot. 9 down. O'Neill's first ball off target.
Hey, Dave, would it be okay if I wished my daughter happy birthday today?
Of course it would.
She's 13. Happy birthday, Savannah. She's back home in Florida watching the show, and she's now officially a teenager.
Happy birthday, Savannah. Goes by so fast. My Emma's 14 now. Amelia 10, Fiona 8. I mean, blink of an eye, partner, right? Blink of an eye. Here's Ronnie Russell. Originally from Marion, Indiana. That's about 30 miles to the northeast of where we are here in Indiana. Now lives in South Indianapolis. Expo Bowl, his home center. Knows this bowling center well. Lots of pressure. Great start, Ronnie Russell. What's it like bowling in front of all these hometown fans, Ronnie?
I think there's a lot of pressure involved. I think that maybe I throw some strikes, I'll get my family, my friends, everybody, the whole environment into my game, and hopefully it helps in the outcome.
He's never won on the PBA Tour, has been in a doubles show with Joe Ciccone. Finished second. This is a different ball game, though.
Dave, he looked really good in that double show with partner Joe Ciccone. He looked very loose, and for his first time on television, it was amazing because, as you know, it's all about the nerves and overcoming the anxiety of bowling on television, the pressure of this atmosphere. But he looked great then, he looks great now, and he's got that big power hook ball working early.
Ringing 10, definition of it for O'Neill. .222.46 average for Bill to qualify fourth. Great season for O'Neill. He attributes, Randy, with us, more practice, more dedication, taking his game more seriously. And that's what it takes to get to the next level. He said to us last night, hey, look, I watched Walter Williams Jr., Pete Weber, Patrick Allen, Norm Duke, all the greats on tour, how much they put into their game away from the actual tournament, eating well, fitness, and that's helping.
On a weekly basis. You know, you don't rest on your laurels out here. You have one good week and you think that that's enough. It's a week-to-week grind.
Not the shot he wanted. Different look, different lane, going way right.
And Dave, I think the other interesting aspect is that this match features two players that are graduates of tour trials. And in speaking with the players, as you and I did last night, they both said, you know, this reminded us a lot of tour trials in that it's 9 games a day on a different pattern. So I think a lot of that experience from tour trials really helped these two, because you heard things like you have to stay patient and you have to go through your mental checklist of what equipment works on what pattern and what hand position do I use on Cheetah versus Scorpion. Lots and lots of micro adjustments that go on throughout the week in this event, and that's what made it mentally so grueling.
Good looking shot, Ronnie Russell. Really an amazing story for the hometown kid. He is ranked number 32 currently in the PBA Tour rankings. He wasn't even on tour as an exempt player to begin the year. He finished one spot out after a good run at the Tour Trials in 2008. But Patrick Healy Jr., due to inactivity, left the tour, and there you can see it. So after missing the first 7 events, he's come back. An exempt bowler again, done so well. He's 32nd ranked. Saved his family financially, pretty much. Here's a 10 pin. He said it was last night, Randy, money was tight. He and his wife Michelle have 2 kids here in the Indy area, and he needed to be exempt.
Well, and he missed the first 7 events of this season, and he's now in 32nd place. We take the top 40 for our exempt field, so that just tells you how well he's done this season.
There's the 10 pin for the hometown hero. Ronnie Russell's got a nice lead on Bill O'Neill. Second match, stepladder format. The top seed, Wes Malott, awaits, as does the 2 seed, PDW, Pete Weber. Be sure to head to PBA.com, sign up for a free 7-day trial of Extra Frame, the PBA's video streaming and multimedia service. Don't miss the Fans' Choice match this Wednesday and live streaming of the final rounds of the upcoming Don Johnson Buckeye State Eliminator Tournament. And in addition to these live events, you can also check out archive PBA telecasts. So head to PBA.com today, sign up for your free 7-day trial. Back live, match 2, Etonic Marathon Open here in Indianapolis, Woodland Bowl. Ronnie Russell has a big lead on Bill O'Neill.
Do you subscribe to Extra Frame?
Absolutely.
You should. It's a great thing, and there's a free trial, man.
What could be better? 6 frame. 10 pin.
Jesus.
While we're away.
He's ring 10, I'm flat 10 every time.
4th frame for O'Neill was just 6 down, did spare, then a ringing 10 and a spare. 5th frame for Russell, 10 pin spare, and here he is in his 6th. Again, looks at the 10 pin for a single pin spare conversion.
You look at the forearms on Ronnie Russell. This guy reminds me of Popeye without the spinach. I mean, this guy's got some really thick forearms. Right now, Bill O'Neill, who finished the last match against Chris Barnes with the last 6 strikes in a row, is up in the 6th frame looking for his first strike of this match.
Got to have that dynamic finish of match 1 again. Starting now, preferably, and there's one. This guy's Mr. Rally here.
Well, he's not near as far down as he was in the first match. It's only a 24-pin deficit, and right now with a strike here in the 7th frame, he can cut it to 14.
Bill from the Philly area, Levittown, Pennsylvania, was a 4-time first-team All-American. Saginaw Valley State in Michigan. 3-time Bowling Writers Association Collegiate Bowler of the Year. What a career. Whoa, Nelly. Washout. That ball was so far off. Talk about light.
Yeah, this is just a bad shot. Wide of target. Missed at the bottom of the swing. See you later.
Tough cover here. Oh, kicks around the 10 and an open frame.
Yeah, and that's a bad break because that keeps him clean. Instead, he wraps the head pin around the 10.
Good shot here, come on.
Bill Toes last night. How badly he wants to win. He's come so close. I mean, 6 shows this year. Now he's in a huge hole. And hurry and does. Well, we talk about the great history in this building. 25-plus years of PBA bowling. Let's go back to 1999. And flashback.
Holy cow.
Padze. Randy Peterson. Look at the gold pins. And his wife Beck here as well. But watch. Oh, what a celebration. It's emotional.
Hold me.
There's the hug. One of his 13 times.
I love Indianapolis. Love Woodland Bowl.
Some of the fans who are left looking over and saying, "Aw." I love it. Russell loves where he is right now. He's in great shape. Keep on trucking, Ronnie Russell. Nearing the victory. And this is first ever singles appearance as he bids for his first ever career title, doubles or singles today. Let's check out some other finishers here in Indy. Bottom of your screen.
Troy Wallenbecker in 10th, the two-handed phenom from Australia, Jason Belmonte. What a week for him.
We met him earlier. Came over, he did.
He's the nicest guy. What a great guy.
Love that accent.
This match is pretty much over. And the magic that Bill O'Neill had against Chris Barnes in his first match is all gone now.
I believe Crocodile Randy had a better Australian accent than I just tried. It was good back in the day. I remember it. Ronnie Russell wants this to be a day to remember. He has got what appears to be an insurmountable lead, just a matter of finishing it up right now. And he will clinch this match and move on and take on Pete Weber in front of the hometown fans His house is about 35 minutes to the south of where we are here at Woodland Bowl in Indianapolis. Would be an incredible accomplishment to win here. Here's some help. Number 10. Down she goes.
Well, all kinds of messengers going on today, Dave. Must be you.
Could be.
And your mojo.
Could be.
I think it is. This match is over. Ronnie Russell moving on. He'll take on Pete Weber. Ronnie Russell looking for his first ever career win in front of his home crowd.
Keep on rolling, young man. They talked about his forearms earlier. Really good athlete. Played baseball in college, NAI level, and hurt his shoulder playing shortstop one day. And that's really the reason he concentrated full-time then on bowling. Transferred, went to a more powerful bowling school in southern Indiana. In Ennis, a 2-year school, got his associate's degree, became an All-American there. So it's that baseball injury that led to his bowling accomplishments. And here he is.
Hey, I know that guy. That's David Ozzie, a Hall of Famer. And thanks to him and Etonic, the general manager. Well, what a great guy David is.
Thank you. Good ball.
GM Etonic Worldwide. Title sponsor, Etonic. Marathon Open here at Woodland Bowl. It's been a great week for Bill O'Neill, but the quest for title number 1 in his career will continue. Second on the tour in points, 7th in money. Leader is Wes Malott, Norm Duke in those categories. 3rd in average, the leader is Wes Malott. And he told us last night, Randy, I would never have believed that I'd been in 6 shows if you told me that before the season.
Well, you look at the talent that's on this telecast today. I mean, you think about there's 3 of today's 5 finalists have been selected to the 2009 Team USA. Chris Barnes named to the team for the 7th time in his career. Wes Malott and Bill O'Neill will bowl for Team USA for the first time this year. Lots and lots of talent, and that's what happens in 54 games on 6 different oil patterns.
Ronnie Russell wins it. With friends and family watching, he'll take on the 2 seed, the Hall of Famer. Pete Weber next, when we return to Indianapolis.
The Lumber Liquidators PBA Tour on ESPN is brought to you by the United States Bowling Congress, ensuring the integrity and protecting the future of the sport of bowling. Bowl with us. By Denny's, where America's favorite breakfast is now available to go. Real breakfast 24/7. By CLR, all kinds of dirty, one kind of clean. And by Etonic, the official footwear of the PBA.
Soldiers and Sailors Monument, downtown Indianapolis. We saw the White River and the state capitol building as well. This is the capital of the Hoosier State, great state of Indiana. Updated Stepladder format. Who's waiting? Pete Weber will take on Ronnie Russell, the hometown favorite. Chris Barnes had a big collapse in the first game to Bill O'Neill. O'Neill then in turn collapsed against Russell. Wes Malott, the top seed, awaits the winner of this match. Wes, because he's the top seed, chose the Scorpion pattern in our unique format. We make history again, part of the PBA Extreme Swing. Great start, Ronnie Russell.
Well, it looks like he moved in a little bit farther left and then just softened up his speed. And boy, did that ball turn the corner. Okay, here we go.
Here's the legend. PDW, Peter David Weber, wears the sunglasses as he has for many years because of the glare from the TV lights. Prefers it. Well, that comes all the way back to the pocket, leaves the 10.
Boy.
voted the 4th greatest player of all time.
For good reason. 10 pin. So Pete, what's it like competing against some of these young guns today?
Well, bowling 54 games is rough on anybody. I don't care if you're 24 years old or 46 years old. So, but my body hurts a little bit. It's a little sore. My hand's real sore. But mentally, I'm ready for it. I would have bowled another 18 games if they wanted to Friday night. So I'm ready for it.
It's a tough cookie. Tough cookie. Different lane, different look. All 10 down for Pete Weber. By the way, folks, the 50 greatest players in PBA history. The book is available at pbagreats.com. I got my own copy today. You signed yours. Number 35, right? Mm-hmm. Pete's number 4.
I saw you. You were getting autographs. You got Carmen Salvino's autograph
Chris
and Chris Barnes.
I'll get them all. I'll try to fill all we can.
It's a classic book. It's really, really well done. And I've got my own sitting at home.
Ronnie Russell looking for a great moment of his own here. Wow. He has come to bowl today in front of the hometown fans, bidding for his first ever title.
Getting back to Pete's soundbite, talking about how sore his body and his hand are, as you look at what the amateurs and the exempt bowlers did, almost a 30-pin difference between the guys that are out here on a full-time basis and the amateurs. But I ran into George Branham III last night. Georgie had a great week this week. I think he finished 43rd. And, you know, George is a past champion. And I said, George, how do you feel? And all he could do was look at me and say, Randy, my hand hurts really bad.
A lot of bowling, but Ronnie Russell's, like Pete, eager to keep on going. Distracted a bit. Some fans to his left were moving. He resets himself wisely. And probably strikes.
Let's go. Well, he looks good. He looks poised. Looks like he has a really good game plan. He knows what he's doing. And apparently, he loves Ronnie Russell, too.
That is Blue, the Colts mascot. Indianapolis Colts mascot is here. We're not far from Lucas Oil Field.
But does he love
incredible dome building in downtown Indy?
I've never been there. Have you been there?
It's awesome.
I've never been there. But does he love Ronnie Russell more than Peyton Manning?
We've got to ask him. Probably not, since he's the Colts mascot. He loves him today, though. Nudging the tip.
A few more than I thought, anyway.
Now, this is a flat 10. We've talked about ring and 10 flat 10. 6 pin goes to the sidewall, and it's just kind of DOA'd right there.
Not moving much.
And, you know, it looked like Pete got that well-left of target, and I think he's pretty pleased with getting 9. It could have been 6 real easy.
Because that keeps him in the match.
Come on. Put your fingers into it, boy. Come on. Put your fingers into it, will you?
Back-to-back years, Pete has been red hot second half of the season. How about this? He made all of his shows in the second half last year. Same this year. Finished second to Jeff Carter last week at the Plastic Ball event outside Denver. Wasn't that interesting to watch? Back to reactive resin this week. Pete hasn't missed a beat. Lane level look, get a strike for Pete Weber.
How about both Pete Weber and Chris Barnes making back-to-back shows, going from reactive resin to plastic, back to reactive resin, and being able to do it like that. Just so much talent out here on this tour, is specifically talking about Chris Barnes and Pete Weber.
Come on, baby. Come on, good shot.
They are the epitome of talent out here because they have it all. They're the complete package. They're versatile. They can strike on any oil pattern.
Boom. All 10 down in the pit. Ronnie Russell, they talked about equipment. Ronnie told us yesterday, Randy, that he changed his grips this week. Came off his hand much better, he said. He was in 49th place. 400 pins out when he made the switch.
He went from just a regular oval to an insert that has a little lip in it, which gives him a little bit more secured feeling of being able to really grab it or hold on to it with his fingers at the release point. Now he feels like he doesn't miss any bit of that bowling ball at the bottom of the swing. And now he's perfect through 5.
front 5 for Russell. I can't say that. That's a Rob Stone phrase. You can say it. I can't do it.
I'll say Yahtzee just for Rob Stone.
Our Flomax Weekly Update. Second last week outside Denver. And how about 15 career back-to-back appearances? And just the accolades are mind-boggling. Needs a rally here. Ooh, no help again. Can't get the right look. Oil breaking down. 10-pin.
And the ball's just pushing too far down the lane before it starts to go left, and that's why there's a carry problem. When you start seeing a bowling ball going too long and then it starts to turn left real hard, you start looking at what I call an L reaction, and that's when you suffer with pin carry. You want your ball reaction to be more rounded or more of a rainbow type look. That's what Ronnie Russell has. That's why he's got the front 5. That's why Pete Weber has 2 strikes in 5 frames. Here comes the ball change. Is exactly what I'm talking about.
Again, the 10-pin.
Same result.
All righty then.
And the lead widens here for Ronnie Russell. He is in great shape.
Whatever.
Ten-pin spare. Pete Weber, the 2 seed, but he's in big trouble. Ronnie Russell bidding for his first ever title as the front 5 in front of his hometown fans. Conclusion of the match when we return. What a start here. Ronnie Russell, hometown hero, bidding for his first ever PBA title. A front 5, a big lead on PBA legend Pete Weber in this stepladder match. Come on, ready? Let's fire it up. Fire it up. Go RV on the road. Next week, Rob Stone returns. Don Johnson Buckeye State Eliminator Sequoia Pro Bowl. Second straight year. And then Norwich Bowling and Entertainment Center, Norwich, Connecticut, the Go RVing Match Play Championship. Next week, 4 eliminator groups after you get to the final 16. Each will bowl a series of 2-game total pinfall matches. Low score is out until 4 are left for the TV show. Another new format. Cutting edge competition this year on the PBA Tour. Back to Ronnie. Looking for 6 in a row. No help on the 7.
My, oh my. Some serious pin action there. Only the 7 standing. Watch the 5-pin go straight behind the 7. If you're wondering why Ronnie Russell's carry is so much better than Pete Weber's, he's got a higher rev rate, about the same ball speed. So he can get his ball to face that 1-3 pocket a little bit stronger. Dave, I had a question for you.
Yes.
How many years did we work together doing this show?
5 seasons.
Do you have that $20 I loaned you? Because you still haven't paid me back.
With interest, how much is that, buddy?
Oh, it's a lot.
Okay. See my accountant about that.
Okay.
I'll give you her email. Better looking shot there, Ronnie Russell. 7th frame strike against a legend who has won 34 times with 8 career majors.
Different ball.
He's done very well in this building. Touring Players Championship and the US Open. Success in majors in Indy. Ball change, successful change.
And right now, Pete Weber can strike out to shoot 239. Ronnie Russell's already at that number.
I should have started with that ball.
Again, that's the toughest thing about bowling on television, other than just the nerves and bowling under the bright lights and all the money and all the folks watching at home, you got to pick the right ball at the right time with the right line because it's a one-game match.
That's a better ball reaction. And it's so tricky because we're on this scorpion pattern. It's breaking down. This is the third match. So it's much different from the time he warmed up before we went to air.
Come on, baby. Good shot right here.
You're right. It's a lot of transition has taken place in the last couple of games, and you know the players do get practice obviously before each match, and they base their decisions off of the ball reactions that they see, and sometimes even the best can make the wrong decision.
Oh, it's all going right for this guy. Ronnie Russell. His wife Michelle is here. His kids are watching. A little too young to bring to the bowling center, he told us last night. That might be too much of an adventure. But just imagine what it's like to compete in front of all your family and friends. Did you ever do that in your career?
No, I never had the opportunity to bowl on television in front of family and friends in my hometown. I've made some match plays, and that was just a total blast having a bunch of friends there rooting you on, but never television.
Oh, that's good. It's all right. God, it was better than the last one, too.
He liked it. 4-pin only and avoids a split. That's the biggest key here. Just stay clean. Single pin conversion for the guy who, to begin the season, was on the outside looking in. Just amazing, the storyline for Ronnie Russell. Wasn't exempt, was going through qualifiers. Wasn't making any money. Basically said family back home was desperate. Patrick Healy Jr. left the tour due to inactivity. Ronnie took his spot and has been bowling well since. Rags to riches, literally. Pete finds a good look.
He's looking to strike out to have any kind of chance he can go to the wall for 239 and would force Ronnie Russell to mark in the 10th frame. But that's the only chance PDW has. He needs all three in the 10th right here.
Just about anything's possible based on what we've seen already. Chris Barnes had a big collapse against Bill O'Neill. First match. Ooh, that's high, right through the nose. No chance for that 239 now.
Ronnie Russell's going to bowl for his first ever singles title.
He's got it. Three 6-10 conversion. Pete Weber's not won on tour for 2 years. U.S. Open in 07 last time, March of 07, nearly exactly 2 years to the day. In New Jersey, that was his last title, also a major. Down goes number 10, won't matter though, it's over.
Good luck to you. Good luck.
One shot.
Incredible story of Ronnie Russell continues. Amazing. Big Monday continues. Paramen's Hoops games on ESPN. First at 7 Eastern. It's Villanova. Jay Wright's team, led by Scotty Reynolds, against Luke Herringody, the reigning Big East Player of the Year. And Notre Dame, then at 9 Eastern. Baylor takes on A.J. Abrams and Texas in the Big 12. Big Monday presented by Bud Light. Here on ESPN. For more, log on ESPN.com. Hoops coming your way tomorrow night. March Madness is upon us. Almost a 7-10 late for Ronnie.
Thank you.
It won't matter. The top seed, the big nasty.
Where you at?
Wes Malott is next. Awaits Ronnie Russell.
Let's see if Ronnie Russell can keep it together for one more game and not get ahead of himself.
Always been his bugaboo. Told us that last night. Can I stay within myself? He'd been very close, he said, to TV in the past. Then in the round of 8, he'd think about the next round. That is television, and then fall apart. Will it happen today? We'll find out. The finals next. Left, right, you see Ken Howard, Jim Doty, GMs for Royal Pin Leisure Centers and Woodland Bowl proprietors here. Thanks so much, gentlemen, for great hospitality all week. To the bowlers, their families, and our ESPN TV crew. Next week, Don Johnson, Buckeye State Eliminator coming your way on ESPN, 1 o'clock Eastern Time. Different start time than we had today. Who will roll away with the championship? That's the question. Lumber Liquidators PBA Tour on ESPN Sunday at 1 Eastern. Don Johnson ranked number 8, top 50 greatest all-time bowlers. And then coming up April 5th, 1 o'clock Eastern Time, 66th Lumber Liquidators US Open. Norm Duke, who's got 3 titles this year, chasing Wes Malott for Chris Shunko Player of the Year honors. Always exciting to watch Normie Bowl as he looks for another major championship. Let's go to our Geico Championship recap.
All right, you got it. Match number 1, Bill O'Neill against Chris Barnes. O'Neill gets the first hit in the 10th, forces Chris Barnes to strike. First ball, he leaves 2-8-10. Bill O'Neill moves on. His next opponent would be Ronnie Russell. Ronnie Russell, quick start with a 3-bagger, finishes late with 4 in a row, takes down Bill O'Neill 245 to 190. And then in the match that you just saw, Ronnie Russell takes down the Hall of Famer legend, PDW, by the score of 248 to 216.
What a run for the hometown kid, bidding for his first ever trophy like that for his trophy case. That'd be sweet. Family and friends are here watching. It's next.
The Lumber Liquidators PBA Tour on ESPN is brought to you by Etonic, the official footwear of the PBA. By Denny's, where America's favorite breakfast is now available to go. Real breakfast 24/7. By Go RVing. Visit GoRVing.com for a free video. What will you discover? Go RVing. And by Lumber Liquidators. Hardwood flooring for less.
Now that looks like a cool museum to take a tour of. Right within the Speedway grounds, about 15 minutes from where we are here at Woodland Bowl, just north of Indianapolis. And we are set for the championship match. The top seed, Wes Malott, against Ronnie Russell. Updating on the stepladder bracket. Bill O'Neill got by Chris Barnes in the late rally. O'Neill ousted by Russell, who took down Pete Weber. Now Wes Malott awaits.
That's a fantastic facility, by the way. I don't know if you've ever been over there, but they've actually got, obviously, the Speedway there. Then they've got the Brickyard Crossing, which is a golf course with 4 holes inside the infield of the Indianapolis 500.
Oh, that's high, and that's a split. 4-9. Difficult leave here. But also, we saw the great numbers in the first 2 games, 245 and 248. Whoa, way off.
And this is the start that Ronnie Russell doesn't want to have. An open frame to start the title match against the hottest player on the tour. Ronnie Russell looking for his first ever career title. Big Wes Malott's got 5 wins. This is his 8th telecast. He's got 2 wins this season. He's the front runner for Player of the Year race. And then you start with an open frame.
From just outside Austin, Texas, big UT fan. Pretty good start there for Mr. Versatility. Wes Malott did not bowl last week at the Geico Plastic Ball Championship. Why, Wes?
The biggest thing with the plastic ball tournament, I just didn't like the placement of the tournament. It had nothing to do with really, the technology or anything like that for my reason, not bowling. If it had been later in the season, I'd have been glad to bowl. I would have been one of the first ones there.
but I kind of heard some of the stuff that Wilbon said, and if he wants to drill his high performance ball, I'll be glad to drill a plastic ball. We can chew it up anytime.
That's right, Wilbon.
We already know Wilbon needs it. Love you, Randy.
Sorry, buddy.
Yes, Wes did hear Randy in the reaction. Speaking, of course, about, pardon the interruptions, Michael Wilbon.
That's right.
Kind of threw down the gauntlet last week, responding to Wes's comments to a newspaper writer in Denver. It's how it all got started. Wes didn't like, as he explained, the placement of the event between the Masters and this challenging Marathon Open and the plastic ball.
Maybe Tony Kornheiser and myself can call the action. And
I like it.
Mike Wilbon and Wes, they can have a go of it.
10-pin.
You know, Mike Wilbon is admitted to being a bowler, so I'd like to see what kind of game he's got. Here's the messenger in front of the 10, and Wes is like, all right, come on, I want to take advantage of that early open frame by Ronnie Russell, but bad pin carry is not going to get it.
All right. Here's a 10-pin. He has won twice on this pattern this year in Vernon Hills, Illinois, outside Chicago. Carmen Salvino Scorpion Championship. Carmen is here in the house again today. Great to see him. And 06-07 season, Windy City Classic, also Vernon Hills. Only other bowler with 2 wins plus on this pattern, Sean Rash. Medford and Parkersburg, West Virginia. Here's Russell. That's a strike. So, championship match. Let's break it down. First ever TV show for Ronnie Russell. He's been in a double show. This is for a singles TV appearance. He's won $162,000, as we told you, out of the exempt tour number to begin the year, but got in due to inactivity from Patrick Healy Jr. I wonder if he wins today, he sends Patrick Healy Jr. a thank you note. I might. Whoa, that's high.
Yeah, and Ronnie Russell's lost the left lane.
Seriously.
He went high 4-pin, tripping out the 9 first frame. Now this goes right through the nose, leaving the 3-6-10. So the lanes have now transitioned through practice. He was lined up through practice. The start of this match, he throws his first shot on this left lane. It goes high. This ball even higher. Big adjustment on the left lane coming up.
That's what he's got left. Not an easy cover, but does it well. You see reaction behind him of Blue, the Colt mascot. He's rooting for the Indiana kid, no doubt about that.
And if you're wondering why Wes Malott chose this scorpion pattern, we asked him, and he said out of all of the patterns, he felt that this one would hold up the best, meaning that by the time it came to him and he had the bowl for the title, he wouldn't be standing on top of the ball return, lofting it over the left gutter cap. And so far, that looks to be true. He's not as far left as most would have thought.
Yeah! There's the hook. There's a strike for Wes Malott. How about the averages for our final 5 here on the Scorpion? Chris Barnes, 232.44. Bill O'Neill did very well. Look at Ronnie Russell's average. He had the only 300 game of the 5 TV finalists, and Wes Malott way up there at 247.78. You can see why he chose this as the oil pattern. Such a unique format as the leader after the 54 games. The 6 different oil patterns. Wes had the option. Which pattern do you want? He picked Scorpion. Looking good each lane.
The big fella just getting nasty now. Strike, 10-pin double. Ronnie Russell in a 22-pin hole after 4 frames.
Before the match, we talked about Russell's inability, in his own words, of staying in the moment, looking too far ahead. There's 10 down for Ronnie Russell. He said to us as he approached the final 5 in total pinfall to make this TV show that he literally was putting his head in his hands and slapping himself in the head. Focus, focus. Well, he needs that kind of focus now, Randy, for a rally.
Right, has to stay in the moment. Shake off that first frame. Now let's see what kind of adjustment he makes on this left lane. Remember, the last 2 shots, both high.
That's better.
And that's huge because that's going to tell you what it's going to be like for Ronnie Russell the rest of this match. Back on track on the left lane. Will Wes Malott go through transition as well? He's hit the pocket with every ball. No balls have gone high, a couple of light shots. But will he experience the same transition throughout this match that Ronnie Russell experienced early on?
High flush. He'll gladly take it, bidding for his first ever Chris Schenkel Player of the Year award. And he has just been fabulous as we check the Denny's PBA Player of the Year standings right now. This is the second year Chris Barnes won with the first ever format this way last year. Bill O'Neill 6th and Chris Barnes in 10th place, the reigning Player of the Year. Wes Malott in great shape, although as you said to us before the match today, he does pay attention to those standings, looks at them every week. He knows Norm Duke with his 3 titles. Patrick Allen, who's bowled well, is right behind him.
Better shot, better shot. Yeah, baby. Much better shot, come on.
Well, he liked this one off his hand. He said much better shot. My question is, why not high flush? That ball was just a little bit light mixer. As long as all 10 go down, it's great.
Up 32 is Wes Malott with the 4-bagger. Russell, 6 frame, goes for a turkey. Ringington.
Can't last forever. Jesus.
Well, Ronnie, it's not over yet, pal. You still have half a game to bowl, but you can understand how he feels when he's trying to get back in the match and he's on a double and he leaves a ring in 10.
Family and friends rooting on Ronnie Russell. Estimated 25 at the show today. There's a 10-pin conversion. He said more than 100 throughout the week. There's his wife, Michelle. Their kids, Caden and Cameron, a little too young to maintain peace and quiet during the show. So they're watching on TV, rooting Dad on. They're just youngsters. Needed that one, 4-pin.
Where did it go? Where did it go? God.
And all that power that benefited him in his first 2 matches is now a hindrance because what's happening now is at the end of the pattern, Ronnie Russell's bowling ball is coming off of it too sharply. And that's why he's gone high, that's why he's lost carry, and that's why he's down by 33 in this match.
He's in a heap of trouble. Heap of trouble, partner. Wes is working on a 4-bag right now, 7th frame for him.
Boy, and this is where you really want to put boots to him. You've got this big lead, working on a 4-bagger, 2 more strikes here. It's not over, but it's looking real good for the Malott camp.
60 feet to success. Thank you very much. Had to get one more of those in there. Running out of time.
Yes, sir!
So the versatility swing. And they call Wes Malott Mr. Versatility for a reason. Let's see how versatile he has been this year with the wins on those patterns, conditions. And in this very unique marathon format, goes for another title. It'll be his 3rd of the year. 10-pin, got a nudge, but stays up.
He did so well in the first half of the season on any pattern. Would you have bet against him coming into this event? Bowling 9 games a day on 6 different oil patterns? I wouldn't.
All right. And this is 8th show of the year at Tour Best, leading in so many of the major categories. Player of the Year points list, average, Total points just behind Norm Duke for money earned. It's been a brilliant season for him, a brilliant run for Ronnie Russell this week. He would need a monumental rally.
Ronnie Russell can strike out for 226. Wes Malott is already in the 230s.
He'll not do that. There's a 10-pin.
Well, it was a great run and a nice week for Ronnie Russell, but he's going to finish second to the hottest player on the planet, Wes Malott.
Takes out the 10-pin, little nudge. Hometown kid came so close. About 30 minutes from his house. With so many watching. 2 wins, but not a third, because Wes Malott just too good. The top seed will reign supreme here.
One of them days.
He'll take it. Gladly take it. He has wrapped up this match. He'll win his 6th career title and take one step closer to winning his first ever Chris Schenkel Player of the Year award.
What a marathon. And boy, he saved the best for last. He can strike out in the 10th frame to shoot 259, and he proved that he was the class of the field this week.
And what a response.
Third win of the season, 8th telecast, leader in the Player of the Year points race. Some good stuff.
Gets through the firestorm of last week. Not competing in the Geico Plastic Ball Championship won by Jeff Carter. Made some headlines. Pardon the interruption.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Bounces right back. Wins. This guy is one great bowler.
Is he going to be back on PTI now? Huh?
I want to know if Michael Wilbon will answer the challenge.
Come on, Wilbon. You got to have him on.
We heard it on the air today. Will he respond and bowl against Wes Malott? We can set it up. 7-pin.
Wilbon, maybe it's just the fact I want to throw some of the best balls in the market.
There's the response right there. He threw the best balls. Reactive rest today and all week. And what an accomplishment for Wes Malott.
Great week, man. You've been knocking. Now you're here. You know what to do. Come on.
On this unique format this week, 6 different lane conditions, 54 games. Never done before in PBA history. That's way high. 4-6-7 late split for Ronnie Russell.
Thank you. Again, man. Great run. Great run. You know what's coming. Stay patient. I will. Now what, Wilbon? Yeah!
This is one of 5 events that make up the Extreme Swing, unique format to test the players' skills and talents, challenging for players, unique for fans. Mike Wolf, Jeff Carter, Wes Malott are champs in those different categories. 2 remaining, including next week in Columbus. Let's go to Randy with a happy winner.
Well, obviously you knew what you were doing when you chose the scorpion pattern. What is it about this pattern that you love so much?
Man, I don't know. I don't know if it's just, we create some hook to the right and some hold to the left, and that's what I like to see a little bit, plus some down lane reaction. So just stayed slow today, made some great shots, and came away with it.
You see the player of the year race is you're starting to separate yourself from the rest of the field. Do you see a light at the end of the tunnel?
Somewhat. Unfortunately, we are coming down the end of the season, but there's a lot of season left, and you never know with Norm Duke and PA and Bill O'Neill, obviously. I mean, anything can still happen, so I got to get out there and stay on top.
Congratulations, big guy.
Thanks, Randy.
What a week for Mr. Versatility.
Castillo family.
And a shout out back home for his family in the Austin, Texas area watching today. Next Sunday, 1 o'clock Eastern time, Rob Stone returns, Don Johnson. Buckeye State Eliminator, different start time than we had today, 1 o'clock Eastern here on ESPN. Wes Malott sure did strike a lot as he gets his 6th career title. Congratulations going out to Wes Malott. Thanks so much for joining us today from Indianapolis. Great to fill in for Rob. He returns next week in Columbus, Ohio. For Randy Peterson, the entire crew, it's Dave Ryan saying so long. It's been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. The 2009 Wendy's Champion Skins game coming up next from Hawaii. Wes Malott, 8 shows, 3 titles. He is thinking about the Chris Schenkel Player of the Year honor for good reason. He'd win it for the first time in his career. And right now, he's got to be the front runner. Winning today in Indy.